childhood game was able to teach me some very, very important business lessons. So, how can you find a business lesson from a very unlikely place? Well, the first thing I'm going to do today, I'm just getting some tech set up. I'm going to actually share my screen because I have something I want you to see. So, what are some games that you can think of that you may have learned some business lessons from? Go ahead, put it in the chat. Well, we're going to talk about one specifically. Now, when you see it, let me know what you think. So we've got this thing right here. We'll put me up in the corner here maybe. We'll see if that works. Now, put this in the chat. What do you see right here? What game is this? That's right. It's tic-tac-toe. Now, if you're playing by the rules that you learned when you were a kid, it's a pretty simple game, right? You have somebody that's going to choose, you've got your X's and O's. Somebody's going to choose an O. And you can go back and forth. And then I'm obviously not playing like a pro here, but you can go back and forth and you look at this and say, oh, well, cool. I almost won against myself, so I'm actually going to make a mistake here. And so we're just going to keep going. You go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth on this. And what do you end up with? Nobody wins. When everybody is so focused on winning against somebody else, nobody wins in this situation. So I'm going to pause this for a second. Now, in that situation, the O's weren't able to complete what they set out to do, and that's to get 3 in a row. And that's typically what we see is we take our past and we bring that forward into what we think we're supposed to be doing today as our rules, quote unquote rules. And that's not necessarily the case. I actually learned this example from one of my mentors, Woody Woodward. And, a lot of it just says, somebody's supposed to get 3 X's, somebody's going to get to try to get 3 O's. But what if the rules aren't the same as what we learned in the past? So I'm gonna try this maybe a little different way. And this is the lesson that I want you guys to learn today. As we get going, I'm gonna share my screen again. So I've got a new tic-tac-toe board, and what we're gonna do is instead of the only rules here are to win the game, you've got to get 3 of your O's in a row or 3 of your X's in a row. Well, what would happen if you came in here and the first guy says, oh, well, I'm going to go right here. And just like before, oh, well, I'm going to go here. And then the next person, oh, well, I'm going to go here. Here, right? So now we played the game by a set of new rules. And guess what? Both people won. That is the important lesson that I want you to get here. Is in business, it's not about winning or losing. It's about staying in your lane. And as you stay in your lane, you are going to do what you do best. If you're out focused on what everybody else is doing, you've just distracted yourself from your mission, from your vision. So stay in your lane. And that can be kind of hard sometimes. As you stay in your lane, you are better able to serve your customers. You're better able to find the prospects, the leads that will work for your business. and help you to grow. But like I mentioned, there are some things that can distract it. So think about driving a car. You're driving a car along, and everything's good. You can see, and it's night. Your headlights are great, and you can see all the lane markers. And then all of a sudden, you drive into a storm. Now, maybe some of you guys have had this experience. I definitely have. But you're driving in a storm. It's night. It's raining, and for the life of me, I cannot see the lines on the road anymore. And so I'm just sitting there white knuckling on the steering wheel, like trying to focus just a few feet in front of where I can see on the road, just to make sure that I'm staying in the lane, that I'm not veering off the road, that I'm not veering into other cars next to me and causing problems on the roadway. Now that can be really challenging because as a business owner, you need to have a little bit further vision out into the future. And when it's a clear day and clear skies, it's really easy to see that. Now, when it's poor weather conditions, that challenge shortens your vision. It shortens really everything that's going on. And if I'm focused on the lane next to me, instead of trying to stay in my own lane, well, guess what happens? I'm going to end up veering into that lane. That's not what we want. That just causes an accident, it causes a wreck, and it causes problems for everybody. Now, there's always going to be competition, but if you have an abundance mindset up here first, you are actually going to be able to focus on what you do best and what your company offers, what your product offers, and how you're going to grow your business and grow your team, because that is what's important. Not everything else. It's easy to get distracted, but you need to just put those blinders on like a horse and just carry that forward. Now, we got thrown some curveballs within the last 12 months, right? That it took first some introspection in understanding that things most likely are not going to be what we consider to be normal ever again, because companies have already invested time and money into pivoting. And that pivoting means that you either pivot or you just cease to be in business. So what I want to talk about today is, remember, stay in your lane, focus on what you do best, and when there's poor weather or poor conditions that are preventing you from seeing further, well, you need to get some other resources. Get some clarity, like turning on your fog lights. So if you are looking to find where your lane is or pivot, we'd like you guys to send us a message, and let's just have a simple conversation and see if what we do fits into what you are looking for. If not, we're going to be the first ones to tell you. We just want to see how we can help, and maybe we can find a way to work together. So go ahead, shoot us a message down below, and let us know if you are looking for help to stay in your lane or pivot, and we will talk to you guys later. Have a great day.